What is up, guys? I'm Danny Fred, back again with another Nintendo Switch news update video. This news is coming from NintendoLife.com. I have a link in the description below so you guys can check it out. But some Nintendo Switch games will require you to own a micro SD card. Nintendo has revealed that some future Switch games will require you to own a micro SD card in order to play, with NBA 2K18 being the first physical game that requires additional storage to be present. While the game won't be entirely unplayable, it is said that a portion of each title will be available out of the box even without a micro SD card, but it does mean in order to get the full experience, you're gonna have to pony up even more cash. Nintendo says the packaging for these games will have a micro SD card, clearly marked, avoiding all confusion. They do have a image here that I'm gonna put up of the NBA 2K18 of Kyrie Irving on the box, still in his Cleveland uniform, ironically. But on the top of it, it says internet download and micro SD card required. Speaking to a IGN representative, Nintendo America said a micro SD card will be needed for certain Nintendo Switch games that contain especially large amount of content and require additional storage for players to enjoy the full experience. If you purchase a physical version of the game that requires additional micro SD memory card, you will be able to play a portion of the game right out of the box. For example, specific levels or game modes. To enjoy the full game, downloading additional data is required. Depending on the storage requirements for each game, it may be necessary to purchase a micro SD card to expand your storage space. When purchasing a digital version of the game, it may also be necessary to purchase a micro SD card depending on the game storage requirements and the storage available on the customer's Nintendo Switch console. Some Nintendo Switch games will require customers to purchase an additional micro SD memory card to play them. Our expanded storage solutions offer flexibilities for those who need it to play these games. People can choose exactly how much additional storage space they want to buy depending on the number of types of games they're gonna play, the amount of content and the amount of content they plan to download. The Nintendo Switch has 32 gigabytes built-in storage as standard, which you would assume would be enough to avoid this kind of thing. We now find ourselves in a strange situation of needing expandable memory simply to play box game retail releases. Still, it makes Nintendo recent arrangement with SanDisk to create themed micro SD cards a little bit more understandable. I personally think that it's 2017. The fact that you open up a box, you put a game in your, for example, PS4, Xbox One, and you have to download a big portion of the game, your day one patch or whatever you want to call it, it's going to be unavoidable to replicate, to have that same experience, to not have that same experience on the Nintendo Switch. When you pop in a game that's, again, day one on Xbox, on PS4, on the Nintendo Switch, like NBA 2K is coming out on all consoles the same day. There's no way that 2K is going to be able to have a day one patch for the PS4 and the Xbox One and not be able to have a day one patch on the Switch. It doesn't work that way. They're not going to have the complete games on the Switch cartridge. Now, mind you, that does not mean entirely that they probably can't fit the whole game on the cartridge. Who knows? Zelda Breath of the Wild is a huge chunk of a game, and it does fit on a Nintendo Switch cartridge. So I don't see why a 2K game like NBA 2K18. Again, I don't know the workings of video games or whatever the case may be. I'm not a developer. I don't know these things, but I don't see why it wouldn't fit on a Switch cartridge. But I understand, with sports games, you get updated rosters, you get, updated modes, patches, day one patches, especially 2K. I'm pretty sure there's a day one patch for NBA 2K18. And that is what is going to require this micro SD card. It's going to eat up a lot of memory, and I'm pretty sure it's going to eat up those 32 gigs. If you already have a game downloaded on your system, half of that 32 gigs is probably gone already. They know this. That's why Nintendo already went out of their way, not out of their way, but they already joined forces with SanDisk and have memory cards coming out with, I believe they're like a 100 gig memory card and like a 200 gig memory card, whatever the case may be, of Nintendo Switch branded memory cards coming out. So that's not surprising that we're getting this news pretty much days after we got the news that they were doing branded Nintendo Switch memory cards. Again, it's 2017. Games are getting larger and larger. I don't see the issue with this, but I can see why it's grinding a lot of people's gears, especially the person that wrote this article feels very, not on the fence, but they feel that this is making them obligated to buy a SanDisk card. I mean, again, these cards are everywhere. You probably have one in your phone that is more than 32 gigs. I know I do. And if I do need the space, I don't even use it that much on my phone. I'll probably take it out and put it in my Nintendo Switch. That's my solution. But what are your thoughts on this in the comment section below? Let me know. Is this a game breaker for you? If you see any game in the future that says, oh, you need a micro SD card, are you going to put that game back down? Is it going to stop you from buying games? I personally don't think it's going to stop me from buying games. I'm not a big 2K, NBA 2K fan. And was I going to pick up NBA 2K18 on the Nintendo Switch anyway? No. One thing I've learned about consoles is that sports games very quickly drop in price. I'm very comfortable waiting a year or even 2 years down the line where this game is going to be worth dirt cheap, and I'll pick it up then to play a basketball game on the Switch. It doesn't matter to me. Let me know in the comment section below, again, your thoughts, and if this is going to affect your purchases going forward for the Nintendo Switch. I'm Daddy Gamer Fred on Instagram and Twitter, and like always, you can bring the conversation there. I am the American Gamer in Switzerland right here on YouTube, and yes, I'm going to have a ton of these Nintendo Switch news update videos coming in the future. So the best way to catch them all is with a subscription, so please hit that subscribe button. Also, hit the like button. It does help me out a ton as far as growing the channel is concerned. And I'm going to catch you guys on the next Nintendo Switch news update video. And prepare for the future. Get yourself an SD card anyway, please. All right, guys. Peace.